And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. How are you? Thank you for joining us on this very charged Mystic Sisters. Supercharged.
Supercharged. So,
A lot of week. There was a lot of week
a
that
lot. I
happened.
actually wrote down some stuff that happened, like in considering what was going on in the sky at the time. You know, real intense stuff. Now, every double day, I do like um, a portal readings. And they all started years ago when I started at the 1111 portal, and I have yet to do it. It has been a week. Intense energy, and I have not, quite frankly, been up. Um, I don't know how can I say it, exhaustion, like just really tired and just taking it really easy for no reason. Like,
It's been a weird week, Vicky. I'm just looking. The 1111 portal is a whole nother layer to everything we just talked about. It's been a headache, toothache, jaw pain, rib pain, like sleeping. If I added it up, probably 16 hours one day, like weird stuff that, and I think it's the storms and I kind of like snapped out of it, but it was a rough week physically.
the geomagnetic storms were very strong. We had purple and pink skies here in New England, and I know in LA, you guys are getting downpours,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I guess is good because last year you didn't get hardly anything, and then you had the fires. So it is a good point that at least things are getting wet.
It was 70 degrees today. Yesterday it was like 60 fun, right? It was just perfect. So I don't know what's going on. There were people that took pictures of auroras here on the 1111 portal and the 12th as well. I stayed up. Didn't see anything, but I think it might have been on the other side. I didn't go to the roof.
You got to go to the top, lady. You got to go to the top.
Well, can't it just be right there? Because really,
Well, you got the sunrise every day. Isn't that enough, Ona? Isn't
I
that
have no picture. I could have gone up there and gotten something, but I missed it. But I honestly didn't feel well enough to not take care of what was hurting me.
Yeah. It was really, it was today. I actually got my tooth pulled yesterday. I had all kinds of plans for the day, and my tooth has been giving me problems for about it, maybe over a year. But I try to but I knew it was going to have to come out, so I finally said, "That's it. I'm done with that."
Yeah.
And normally, you get your tooth. I mean, I haven't had that many teeth pulled to know really. But you usually don't it doesn't usually hurt like after a while, but my whole side of my I was like headaches, sinuses. It was terrible. I'm on antibiotics, so whatever, might be in there is going to get taken care of, but still it was really traumatic actually.
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder if everybody else has felt that this week that has had that kind of experience where it was just, you were just so off. There was just so much input and so much to kind of process. And then like all the new stuff on top of it, right? I'm going to fix this dog up with some snacking treats.
Okay, while you do that, I'll just talk about the Mystic Sister card. So last week I picked, or somebody picked Maka, which has a sort of crossroads energy. There's the crows up there. And if I remember correctly, which I won't, so I'll read it what it was. Protection and defender of the home. Protection and defender of the home.
Oh, listen to that. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like we had armor on. Like we were armor rolled.
The whole ICE thing got left. I mean, no. The Border Patrol people left. The assholes. Okay.
Right. Right. They got what he called out. Yeah, so
So
Maka is the Irish war goddess who is strongly linked to her land.
there you go.
Linked to her land. All right, so we're gonna pick another
Worked.
this week. Let's see what the goddesses have to say for the week ahead.
What do you
Now we
think?
do have a new moon coming up this week, and it is a doozy.
This really is a doozy. This is a big moon.
Yeah, big. Uranus, pretty much exactly opposite the new moon in Scorpio. We can't forget Capote Algol, lose your head. That's there, squaring Trump's ascendant and his Mars and Netanyahu's Mars. So definitely something's gonna happen with that new moon.
Interesting. There you go, buddy. You have one of those. You can have that one.
Oh, geez.
SDM said the astrology for that day was crazy. Yeah. And I should have written that down, but I try to keep that journal sort of, free of all the like politically stuff that's going on and just what's personal. Like what I'm picking up on, unless it's a real sentinel event, which I think this week might, I don't know.
It looks like I looked at some news, and it looks like Russia and Ukraine are really heating up right now. All right, so we get Snake Charmer.
Thank you. Well, tomorrow is Hecate Day. Isn't a snake one of her symbols?
Who is it? Hecate?
Hecate.
Hecate.
Yeah. November 16th.
All right, let's see here. Snake Charmer. We're all gonna be. You can take that any way you like, ladies and gentlemen. Snake Charmer. Your cow, hold her up. She's lovely. Obsession and fixation. Oh Jesus. The snake charmer sits entranced in her own shadowy world. Although beauty surrounds her, she cannot take time to enjoy it. She must not break her concentration on the poisonous snake in front of her, or a dangerous outcome would likely occur. This card deals with bad habits you wish to break. An activity that once brought you pleasure and gave you a sense of power has now become a detrimental obsession. This situation has been a progressive one created through time. A cautious disentanglement is required, and seeking others to help you will make the change much easier. So you have to watch what you've been fixating on, because it seems, according to Snake Charmer, it's not particularly healthy.
That's why I couldn't stop walking yesterday. I'm like, it's because as soon as I turn around, I just kept walking and walking and walking because I needed the ground underneath my feet for that long, because what was the absorption was, it's just too much.
Well, the geomagnetic storms, right? When you think about, especially because you live so high in the sky. Like you could go a whole day, you could go a whole week without, well, you can't because you have a dog, but theoretically, you would never have to put your feet on the ground, really, would you?
No. Yeah, no, I wouldn't. Because everything can come to me. That's why I put my face in the plants in the winter. Like I motorboat them.
All right, so we do have some WTF questions in the comments, and let me just write. I wrote down a couple of things that happened today. I only got as far as the 12th.
Okay.
That's as far as I got. But last Sunday, that was the 9th. Okay, the 9th. The government shutdown ends because the Democrats cave. There is a thought that Schumer knew all along they were going to cave and was pretending to be a tough ass or a hard ass. There's a conflict and humanitarian crisis in Sudan. I'm sure nobody's heard about that unless they looked for it. I think there's a cholera outbreak there. France commemorated the 10-year anniversary of the 2015 Paris attacks. I think that was the for the cartoon, wasn't it? Wasn't that like a publication? I think. Ukraine and Russia are fighting intensifies on the Zaporizhzhia front. That's where the nuclear Zaporizhzhia is where the nuclear thing is. Okay, that was the 9th. Okay, on the 10th, the temporary funding bill went through with a last-minute add to the bill that senators can sue up to $500,000 over the phone records that were taken from them around the January 6th thing. There was the first snowstorm, first severe snowstorm in the Midwest. I guess that was pretty intense. Russia and Ukraine again on the 11th, which was the 11/11 portal, Veterans Day. Yeah. And on the same day, a conservative judge resigned. He'd been on the bench. He had been on the bench for I can't tell you how long, but right around this time, this is when Jupiter went retrograde. I think that was the day Jupiter went retrograde. And Jupiter rules court.
Yes, the 11th.
Jupiter rules court. Jupiter also went retrograde on the United States Mercury, which is young people. Mercury is young people. Mercury is also transportation in a mundane chart, and of course communication. And so I think that was part maybe of the whole, because aviation is Jupiterian as well.
Aviation, but Jupiter in Cancer reminds me of what's like being bounced around with SNAP benefits, because Jupiter in Cancer wants you to have SNAP benefits.
Yeah, absolutely. On that day, 12,000 flights were canceled because they still, even though, and I think, I'm not sure the traffic controllers got a check yet. And then on the 12th, when Mercury conjoined Mars in the sign of truth, the Epstein stuff came down, and it's been a shit ever since. So that was the week only till the 12th. I stopped writing stuff down.
Epstein, after that day, I know there's a lot. There's a couple of key points. That's why now I just draw a picture. That's all I can do. Because I look at my calendar here, but that was Wednesday. It was a 4th quarter moon. Okay. So I have a little benchmark. I usually don't like to put all the political stuff, but this has been such a hot point that it's making me obsessed, and I am trying to, get it out of my head.
I texted a psychic who's also, does YouTube. I said, seems like the dam's broken. And she says, yes, about damn time.
Yes. You sent it to me too. And I said, good. And then I said some other things that I probably shouldn't say.
Did anyone catch Jasmine Crockett on Forbes? She was talking on Forbes has like a news show, I guess. She's wearing she wears her hair now. She has it all back. She's got a bun on top, and then she's got this long ass braid that's like this thick, and she's there all in red. Mind you, she's got like 3 or 4 planets in Aries, right? All in red, and she's got like this giant red like brooch on, and her hair looks like the scorpion's tail. And wow. I'm like, I sent you a picture. Did you see it? Did it go through?
I did not get the picture.
Or maybe it didn't go through. So I was like, Venus and Scorpio, anyone? I mean, she was just amazing.
Perfect.
Amazing. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's get to some WTFs. I wrote those down too. Hold on. Try to be efficient.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, we should have done that, right? It just gets started talking, and that's the end of that.
What are we? I'm shuffling the Leonardo da Vinci deck here, which has got some, well, we'll see what the WTF questions are. But it was a very interesting week. I'm relying on the Donnie a Day in the morning to sort of figure out.
That Donnie a Day that came out with that little girl, and then I'm like, ooh, those Donnie a Days are great, but sometimes they don't apply to him. They apply to this situation.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Which makes me think, okay, so we're not going to see him today, but this is what's on his mind.
You know what's interesting about his numbers is his path of life, his life lesson is a 40/4, which is the Page of Cups. And pages in the tarot are girls. And they're located in Malkuth. And Malkuth is where we learn about victims and victimizers. And it's a Pisces energy. So it's nebulous. And right now, did you hear Megyn Kelly trying to put a fine line between a pedophile and somebody who likes girls who are 15?
I watched headlines that alluded to it, but I did not click on because I pretty much would be just incensed by the groveling.
I just don't understand. I don't understand that woman at all. It's like they get so far and then they make the complete wrong determination.
Let me just throw this out there, and not that anybody who you do whatever you do, boo, what I don't care what people do, but Botox is still a neurotoxin. Period. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
She is not trying to spin this story, is she? I didn't see that because I thought, you can't. Look at you. I can't take you seriously.
She's probably just making space for Trump. That it's okay that he was with 14-year-olds or something like that. For entertainment, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only.
I'd like to see what happens afterwards, because she has a history of putting her foot in her mouth and her head really far up her ass. So we'll see what happens, because that's not something that's an opinion related response. That's not her job. The opinion is to deliver the news, but to think that you could spin a story like that to sort of save your own butt, it's not going to work.
Well, it's part of the great uncovering. Remember, we're in an awakening vibration this month. We're in the 20/2.
You know what I would like to ask, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, the doctor that does all the plastic surgery that makes them look like that, is he putting like implants in those people so they sort of like run at a different frequency all the time? That's how they're just like robotic and weird and without expression, and it's really off-putting.
So somebody asked, do we really want to pull it on Botox?
No.
Vincent asked, will there be another shutdown in January? Will it be, because they have to?
That's our extension is through the end of December.
I think so. Yeah, it was the continuing resolution. The continuing resolution, which gives no guarantees to the ACA stuff, but there is people getting paid, and the SNAP benefits are good until 2026. But I heard that they're not actually they're still not giving the money for that. I don't know how they get away with that, but that's what I've heard. Oh my goodness. Atmospheric rivers in the sky. Yeah.
I don't know. Are we going to have another shutdown? I don't even know if he's going to be there. I see like.
Well, if
we have a shutdown, it's because of a physical challenge, not a decision, not a fight. not a 5 of Swords, but like a tower thing. If we have to shut down, it's because of something that happened, not because they're like being dicks again. That's what I see. It's literally on fire. So,
Are you going to pull cards on it, or you just want to declare that to be what you see?
I want to tell the cards that.
You want to tell?
I want to tell the cards that. That's what I see in my head, but this is one of those decks that showed up like that anyway.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, is there something catastrophic that happens?
I don't know. The last card I got was the Tower.
I got the 5 of Wands, so maybe I did talk to the cards. I don't see that we're going to have another. I mean, we might have a shutdown. I do have like the devil involved in the story. There's some good stuff. There's some world, but it might be because, like I said, of an event. There's going to be more fighting. This is what would the 5 of Wands, what's coming up in the near future.
Okay.
Would be, there's going to be some of that going on. And then we get the devil for the environment. So there will be more of a greed element to this. There's going to be more stuff they're going to pile on. It's going to be more difficult than originally, which would have been now. What'd you get?
Okay, so I start with Temperance, which to me is, I think the issue being the healthcare, because that's what that feels like to me, but also trying to find balance, right? Trying to find balance. Crossed by the Magician. So I don't know if somebody's trying to manipulate this or what. Underneath, I have the 4 of Swords.
I have the World underneath.
So that's the end.
That is something that changes. There's an ending of a cycle. So it might be that by January, that's whatever happens there is going to be launching the, next chapter. Let me get this.
So in the past, I have the 3 of Swords. This is the heartbreak. I think this is the heartbreak that we've suffered in this last shutdown. In the Sky, what'd you get?
9 of Wands in the past.
In the past.
Mm-hmm.
In the Sky, I got the Devil.
Interesting.
So this is greed and oppression, right? So that's sort of like the people are going to feel manipulated and pissed, quite frankly.
This might be this. I got 9 of Cups, so that might be what you're used to, not necessarily what's going to happen. There's something about reapplying for SNAP. I think if there's going to be like criteria that might change. Greed, devil.
I think it's just the oppression of Trump. Him being the last word. In the immediate future, I get the 7 of Pentacles. So I feel like we're going to get something, but we're not going to get everything we need, whatever that means.
Yeah.
How it's seen from the outside, maybe a test of democracy, the Star.
I got the devil.
The devil, yep. The domestic situation, the 9 of Swords. So everybody is anxious and pulling their hair out. Hopes and fears, the King of Swords. I I think that's more of a hope. I think that's more of a justice energy. And the outcome is interesting because I got a series of cards. I got the Nine of Wands, which is staying vigilant. The Five of Wands, so they're fighting over something.
Yeah.
But then I get the Four of Wands, which is about coming together. So again, I think something does happen. But then the last card I picked was the Tower.
Okay.
So they may come to some sort of agreement, and then we have a Tower moment, whatever that might be.
My last card was the Star. So it could be, they're both major arcanas.
Yeah, we got a couple of similar cards. We both got the Devil. We both got the Star. We both got
So interesting. I don't think that's, I mean, I don't think
the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands. We both got the Nine of Wands. So I think there's themes here.
Yeah.
There's themes here. Of course, it's interesting because the devil is an interesting character here because, you know, is Trump the devil or is Epstein the devil?
Well, both of them. Does there only have to be one?
Well, the devil is about choosing the darkness over the light. So, but it's interesting how he seems he's passed, but it doesn't seem like he's more influential than ever. This guy.
Yeah. Well, that he's still the devil. Yeah, both of them. But what this one is trying to do to obfuscate is ridiculous.
So to answer that question, as far as the I think there is going to be a shutdown. I don't think it's going to be as long. I think they're going to fight, but I think the Democrats are going to get something out of it. And it might just be because of the Epstein files that the Republicans give them something so they don't, you know, I don't know, but all right. So that was one question. Jack Smith wants to do a thing in front of the house. Will they give him that? I think I know the answer to that, but let's see.
Will they do a public? Will he?
Yeah, well, he'll only do it in public. So will they actually do the questioning? Will the House actually get down to the questioning? I don't know what committee would that be. Would that be the Judicial Committee, maybe? If anybody knows, you can certainly comment. I by no means a poli-sci anything.
I have no idea.
I'm an astrologer.
I think that's a fair, request. Is he going to be able to testify publicly?
Yeah. Well, that would be the way. Right? That would be the way.
Moonstone Girl said House Oversight Committee.
Thank you. I think Jasmine Crockett is on that. That would be good. Maybe AOC, the oversight. Yeah, oversight is, what's his name? Garcia, I believe. Right? The guy from California. He's no one to be messed with. Or is it Arizona? Sorry, I don't know that. All right. Will Jack Smith get to talk? Woo, the star. Do, 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 do. That's more optimistic than I expected. All right, let's see. I keep dropping shit today. Let me tell you, every time in front of me, it's sliding down the hill.
Everything. That's been the part of this too. And I think I said it out loud at some point. Like, is this a freaking Taurus moon kind of energy? Because things have, and not just like falling like out of your hand, but they fall out and they move. Like it's like your chase. Like, wait, it's gone. Like it'll roll away. There was definitely some movement going on. The fluids hopefully are balanced now. What'd you get? There's an interruption. That's what I got.
So I got the Star to Start, which is the democratic process, and the challenge is the Seven of Pentacles. I'm not
Waiting
exactly
for the right moment.
Yeah, maybe. Underneath, I get the Nine of Swords, so lots of anxiety, very anxious about it. In the past, I get the Page of Swords, which to me is the information that he wants to share with us. In the sky, I get the Four of Swords. Again, here's the Four of Swords. Now, I don't know. This almost feels like he'd be more sequestered in some way. This is like or is it possible that the person that they're looking into is hospitalized?
It gets pushed back, is what I got.
And I get in the immediate future the Ten of Wands. So he still continues to carry the burden. Now, that being said, how it's seen from the outside, the Ace of Swords, justice, our domestic situation, the Nine of Pentacles. So that's actually pretty nice. Hopes and fears, the Emperor, which is Trump, but then the outcome is the Chariot. So I feel like something's going to happen. I feel like something's going to move forward in this. What do you think?
My outcome was the Ace of Wands, but there was an interruption in there. And I just did 6 cards, just built a little one. 4 of Wands. So that is the committee. You see them? That's the house. There's a committee there. Strength. So this would be the challenge, maybe, right? This is sort of what's happening right now. The Tower. Poof. There's some kind of change in schedule, some kind of event, some kind of fire. Put on the shelf. 4 of Pentacles. But she's literally shelving her preserves for
A later time, when the time is right.
And then I get 10 of Cups.
Okay.
With the Ace of Wands. So there's an interruption in this. This might become either a backstory or, the timing is, a little different than what we're expecting, which was like yesterday.
Hold on one second. I'll be back. I'm
trying
to do this without lifting my shirt. I'm trying to do it without lifting my shirt above my head and having this be an X-rated video, which would be very bad.
I was like that yesterday. I had, I'd go in layers because I don't know what it's going to be like. And I was boiling like a sausage yesterday.
Boiling well, if it's a sausage from Chicago, at least we know it tastes good.
Man, oh man, it was hot. And today I was appropriately dressed, and it was just a beautiful day.
So I think as far as the Jack Smith stuff, it may get delayed, but I think ultimately it's going to come out. And because it came out with the Chariot card, we may get the information when JD is president, which isn't that far. I mean, if something happens to what's his name, and JD takes over,
yeah,
it's only what, like 2.5 years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, this might be a moot issue if something other catastrophic happens to interrupt
Well,
it.
I mean, this whole idea of these, and then he did all kinds of. I think that was last week. He did all the what do you call that? Oh, it's okay that you're a criminal. I forgive you. What's that called? Pardon. He pardoned. Yeah. He pardoned all his co-conspirators from the elections, which is what's his name is going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Jack Smith is going to talk. No, it's actually, isn't it the documents case? Does anybody know if it's the documents case that's going that he's trying to? I don't know if it's the documents case or the January 6th case. I think it's the January 6th. I should pay better
Yeah,
attention.
this is all going to come back, and it's just not happening in the timeline that we wanted to see it happen in. I think this is what's going to happen in the next few days is going to be telling a lot on what's going to happen, even Thanksgiving time, Christmas, and all that stuff.
Thank you, Sleuth Joe. I will get some arnica.
But I think we've got enough people starting to recognize this malignancy needs to be excised. And it's happening,
You know, I thought to myself, I actually, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got to plan surgery.
I thought to myself, I had almost like a vision the other day of Trump's function. It was like he was here to pop the balloon kind of idea. Like he was the head of the spear to get us to move into, to get us out of our sleep and to realize how things really are and what we're going to do to change them. Because changing is up to us, not up to him. It's not up to them. There's a lot more of us than there are of them.
Yeah.
Go pound sand, but we have to decide what we stand for.
Yeah. Oh, we do. We do. We absolutely do. I haven't taken off my No Kings banner bib thing that I wear. I have no problem with that. It's not over. I'm definitely to stand up for what what is right. I feel bad for the Border Patrol that's moved on its way over to South Carolina. Did they say Charlotte?
Charlotte, yeah, Charlotte, I think. Someplace warmer where they're
hello, girls.
They're like, there's no way we're doing a Chicago winter.
They actually also, I just heard before we got on that the department has closed the Great Lakes Naval Base where they were being housed. And the National Guard has been in, well, I think it's near Indiana for like 2 months, like sitting there getting paid and not leaving that base. So they're wrapping up their production crew.
I heard they told them to let 600 people go.
Yeah.
That they were holding. Did they actually let them out? Do you know?
I haven't followed the local news because college football was dominating about that time, 5:30. This was on like whatever news was 5 o'clock, 5:30. It wasn't local though. It was kind of what's going on. So I don't know if they've got those people. There are so many lawsuits that they need to come back here for. This is one of those things, right? They leave and they have to come back here because they're being sued. He needed to resign or be impeached. Oh, at least 3, I'm sure. Maybe they're just saying it a little bit louder.
Yeah, that was quite. He's got a very interesting chart. JD does. JD. Too bad he doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, that's not going to be a long-lived thing, you guys. Don't worry about that. If he can we ask a question? I know we ask every week, probably. I just want to know, is JD going to ride out the rest of this term?
Okay, so the next, whatever the
Just
next
whatever's
meeting.
left over. Yeah.
Oh, we just had the anniversary of the one of the more depressing days of 2024, right?
Oh, I know.
I'm deciding what cards I want to use. I can't find my favorite deck. Uh-oh, there's something from the fall. Okay, I'll grab them back. I'm sorry, what was the
The
question?
Republicans dropped the redistricting effort. Is JD going to ride? Is Vance going to ride out the rest of this term? I guess we can call him 48.
Well, would he be 48?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
okay.
I don't know. That's it. Yeah, he would be the 48th president, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's interesting because the 48th president, the 48 is the 8 of Cups, turning your back on something you put a lot of effort into, abandonment. That one.
Moonstone Girl says her guys are telling her JD would not be inaugurated. So that's why I'm asking, because I have a hard time putting him in that chair. I just do. I can't.
Now I know this sounds like no. He wants to know if he wants Duke to come in. I told him no, though. He makes such a racket. Now, I know this is a silly question, and I should know the answer to this. I'm sure I should know. But if something happens to the president, you get sworn in, but that's not necessarily inaugurated. Because
Right.
the inauguration would be the presidency of, right? Like, so it's not official, I don't think. If anybody knows, please comment. I don't know that. I'm just saying.
Is it possible that he's already in trouble or impeachable for whatever before he even gets there?
Oh, excuse me a second.
Mary said, WTF, the felon stole the Resolute desk and it's on display at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, I wonder what he paid. But you know what? It's a desk I'll never sit in. It's a desk I'll never be. Honestly, now it's poisoned, and who wants it back? Why would you even want it back? I'm sure he stole a lot more than that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I had to let Duke in.
We're finding out today from his prison handle all the crap that he stole.
I missed all that. I had to get Duke. He had to come into CMA.
Mary said the resolution desk is on display in Mar-a-Lago. I said, well, now it's ruined.
I think that everything's ruined, honestly. Like, I don't know if you could get that stink off if you tried, honestly.
You know what? Right? You just have to wait for the gold to peel off.
I don't know. I think maybe, with all this Epstein stuff, he might try to escape to Mar-a-Lago.
And stay there forever?
Well, it'd be like he'll call it the White House South or something. Now, the question, this was JD, right?
Yes. Is he going to write out the rest of this term?
Oh, my God. So you asked, is he going to write it out, right? There's the first card. Is somebody riding on a horse, right?
Let me get this dog together.
Yep. Oh, boy.
Yeah, what did you get a tower? Are you having a tower moment on this?
Did I get a tower?
Even impeachable? Is he already impeachable before he even gets there?
All right. So do you want to Do you want to do the cards? You want me to do my cards? What do you want
Go
to do?
ahead. You go ahead.
So
I'll-
I get the first card up is the Knight of Wands. So that's, somebody moving forward. So
Mhm.
that's him progressing, but it's crossed by a message, the Page of Wands. So there is some sort of information. At the
Yeah.
root, I get the Hierophant, which is the traditional stuff, right? But in the
Mhm.
past, I get the Seven of Swords, which means that in the past he did something that was illegal, I would say. In the sky, I get the moon. So even if he is president, it is not going to be,
Yeah. This would be my sky card, the Tower.
yeah, yeah. So, but
Sudden.
in the immediate future, I got the Chariot, which seems to be his card. He comes up as the Chariot all the time.
I got a yes for that for this reading. This is my immediate future, Ace of Wands. So it's like a real abrupt thing, but if he's writing out the rest of this term, probably.
He is, but at the end, for me, I get the
I
Three of
don't know.
Swords,
Mhm.
which interestingly enough in this deck looks notoriously like Usha Vance. There's Usha.
Oh, look, it sure does.
And then I get the Five of Wands. So that's usually
Oh yeah,
some
he's a
sort
dad.
of, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then the Judgment card. Oops.
yeah, yeah. So
So
there's
this,
something that he's impeachable for already.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
he's in trouble already before he even gets there. Interesting.
And then in underneath it, I get the Empress, the three of the six of cups, and then the Death card.
Underneath, I got Judgment and the Magician. These two. But comparable to yours, the sky card, your moon was my Tower.
Yep,
The immediate future was Ace of Wands,
yep.
right? So
Right,
yes,
and I got the
Four of
Chariot.
Cups. He's like singing a tune, and people are like blah blah blah. He's not going to be able to keep the momentum going that's happening right now.
I think it'll depend on, because once Trump is gone, uh, then the person pulling the strings is likely to be Teal, right? It'll be
Right, but
the.
are we going to be blowing up boats in Venezuela? Is that even true? We don't know anything about that, really.
Oh, I'm sure
Just
they're
made
blowing
up
boats up.
stories.
I'm sure they're not drug dealers too.
Oh no.
They just see a boat. They're like, "There's a boat. Let's shoot it." I mean, that's extrajudicial killings, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I know, right? Oh, Teal's in the Epstein file, says Mary.
Oh, of course he is. All the rich people are.
Yeah.
I mean, he knew all the rich people. Maybe they weren't all, purveyors of young girls, but enough of them were.
Young boys are getting camped also, trafficked
Oh, I'm sure.
for
I'm
sure.
sure.
Hmm. Yeah. They're all involved in money laundering.
Yes, Judge Gary Wolf of Boston resigned after more than 40 years. He's fed up with not being able to speak out. He's speaking out now. Yeah, as when you're a sitting judge, you're not allowed to say anything really. And he purposely stepped down so he could say something.
I was talking to another nurse last night, and we were talking about how you don't see any protests that say like nurses for justice or anything that's sort of nurse-based protesting thing, because you have to keep your mouth shut. It's really serious. You can't say shit. What happens to Voight when the Dems retake the White House?
I hope he gets strung up by his.
All these people are going to have all kinds of injunctions on everything they did, all the money they hustled and funneled and stole and recirculated back in, it's all going to come back. That was fun. I hope they enjoyed that little trip they took. And Christy Gnome's like one of two jets or whatever she feels like she needs. That's just so overinflated and creepy and weird.
So I know you're chomping at the bit to ask about Christy Nome, so why don't you?
What about her?
I don't know. You want to know about her? You said you wanted to know about Gnome, and who was the other person? Was it somebody else? No?
I didn't mention Gnome. About what like's going to happen to her?
I think at the beginning you said I wanted to do cards on Gnome and somebody else.
Oh, that was because of the botulism, the neurotoxin.
Oh,
To see if Dr. Mengele actually puts a chip in them so they all behave accordingly or something, because they all visit the same plastic surgeon. I wonder if there's some device.
How about the core of why everybody all the women look the same? What's that about?
They all look
How about that? That's a good question, right? What's that all about?
It's the overcorrection is not an aesthetic. It's a cry for fucking help. To me. I've been on this side of this. It's not a pretty side. So, okay, I'm going to use this deck. It's a little darker. I just have such, strong opinions about this.
Yes, you do.
I do. It's very, very strong. You got to know I've been on the, Karen said they all look like monster high dolls. That's a perfect definition. That was a weird noise.
Yeah. Amen to that. Huh? Luckily me, I don't look anything like that.
I just don't know how that doesn't look like you're trying too hard. Because that's all I see. That's all I smell. It just looks like you're trying too hard. That's not attractive. It's scary. And it's sad.
Rose Blue says parts of California are flooding. What they're doing.
Yeah. What'd you get for why do they all look the same?
I feel like the women don't have a choice. That their husbands make them do it. Does that make sense? Like it's the price of admission?
Is it voluntary or involuntary? That's really interesting. Yeah, I get like a super weird Mengele thing going on.
I think it's the men. Why wouldn't I think it's the men, right? I got the King of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and then the Ten of Cups. So there's that delusionary quality of the Ten of Cups, I think. The perfect family, right? The perfect.
I do have to say one thing, that they do agree to this. They do sign the, they do sign the permission to get this done. There's a contract there, but there is something that seems like, I don't know, it's just so creepy to me. I got the, like this would be the Queen of Wands.
Hmm.
So this could even be that there's just that whole thing is kind of running through that generation right now. A wound they can't heal, maybe, or something. Seven of Wands, when you said they kind of have to, she's kind of like holding the tiger with a leash, kind of a loose leash. This is the card that disturbed me. This man is holding this is where like I think of Mengele. He's holding the earth, he's holding the world in one hand, and a picture of somebody who looks perfect.
Hmm.
You know, like I'm going to create a world of this.
Maybe it's sort of the, is that eugenics, like the perfect race? Maybe they're creating the perfect race or something like that.
There's that idea that why does everybody look the same? Because that they throw that out there as being attractive and normal. It's not normal. And they have 5 to pick from. 5 of fire.
5 different choices of what
5
kind
to
of
pick from the catalog.
It's like the Sears catalog of faces.
5 to pick from. 5 different features to pick from, and he puts them together. Ace of water. They're emotional about it, right? They go under. This is the decision you made.
Price
8
of
of swords.
the price of admission, I guess.
2 of cups. I mean, those things can happen that happened to Michael Jackson or anybody we know that has had to struggle with like opioid addiction and things like that. You sort of seek it through procedural things, and you can start to
That's true too, right?
yeah, could be because it's a mask. It's one of those things you can get addicted to that helps you feel better, right? And then they give you pills to remind you.
Here's a good question. This could be a quick one. SCOTUS decision on the tariffs. Will they decide that it's not legal or whether it's legal?
I think they did, didn't they?
No, they went into conference over it or something. It hasn't been decided yet, as far as I know.
Okay.
Let's see.
I thought it was maybe one of those things. I was listening to music where that said that because of the complaint about prices and groceries, inflation, Thanksgiving, SNAP benefits may or may not roll out, but that might be a story like, well, we're just going to cut the tariffs because I guess, yeah. Right. That flew out.
Ooh.
I'm just going to shuffle them good and pick them when you pick them, but I got the first one that flew out just because they're a little slippery, and I think giblets, I have to change that. Okay.
All right. So, did you pick them all, or you're going to pick them as you
I'm
go?
gonna pick which I got the first one, and the rest of them I'll see what happens as you go.
So I got to start with the Ace of Pentacles. That's the question, right? The tariffs. Crossed by the King of Cups, the emotional king. This is also his shadow, you know. That's Trump's shadow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I got the page of air,
As the crossing card or as
the
the.
crossing card, maybe kind of a message, a preliminary message.
Underneath, I get the Wheel of Fortune. So that could be bad, right? Because they're like upending what used to be, which you couldn't do, right?
This is the Two of Fire. That's what's underneath. Tariffs, right? Interesting.
In the past, I get the Empress. So that's resources, money, right? All that. The Seven of Wands in the sky. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Seven of Wands in the sky. Somebody's holding the line here. Somebody's holding the line, but there's also an escape hatch behind him. I got the Three of Cups in the immediate future. That's generally a good card. Would you
I got
get?
the Ace of Fire in the immediate future. Go ahead, because I have to clean up some few.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
How it's seen from the outside, I get Death. So that's this is going to be a profound change, you know, like that energy. Domestic situation, I got the Hanged Man. So they might draw this out as long as they can. Hopes and fears, the Four of Pentacles. So hopefully we'll get our money back. See how tightly this woman is holding this. And then the outcome, I get the Page of Pentacles. So I think maybe what's going to happen is that they're going to wait as long as they can, cause as much suffering as they can, and then they're going to give him. They're not going to give him. I think they're going to say his tariffs are not necessarily legal, but to make it like easier, they're just going to say, well, whatever was paid before, because what would happen is if they say they're illegal, they have to pay back the people who paid the tariffs. Some companies could get like hundreds of thousands of dollars because of the tariffs. I don't feel like they ever give you money back. This administration, they only take it.
This is interesting. What came up? Three of Fire. This would be like the last four cards. Three of Fire. So it looks like they're moving something around. Right? They're putting a puzzle together. Where can they get the resources from to move that around? Six of Earth, the monies. Like you said, the New Deal is 20, the Judgment card, but it says the New Deal on it. And then Ace of Earth. So there is going to be a new deal. I'd say something that would be, not as harsh as the original plan he wanted.
Oh yeah, maybe like a percentage. Maybe a percentage will be allowed or something like that. But I think that because it's a separation of powers question, because the purse is supposed to go with the house, right?
Yeah.
I get a victory. The King of Pentacles.
Yeah.
And the Ten of Cups. So I think they'll probably say that they're illegal, but that people aren't going to get money back. That's like not as much as they should, maybe.
Because it kind of already went into effect and is starting to ripple.
They don't even know where that money is anyway. Nobody knows where any money is. These people take the money and they keep it for themselves.
Yeah.
They take it and they don't give it out to the people who are supposed to get it. They give it out to their friends. Yeah.
And by, planes and plastic surgery, I guess.
I think they should all. Go to Mars with Elon.
Maybe they will. That would be nice. That'd be a good question. What the fuck? Are they going to go to Mars? I got the 10 of Cups. It looks like they're all sitting at the freak show table anyway. All together, there's a dog. There's a woman. Yeah. Weird. Yeah, they're all sitting at baby dolls. There's like weird stuff sitting at the table. So they all get together. That would be a weird thing to watch, huh? Maybe that's somebody's funeral they're going to. Ugh. Mars is too cold. That's okay. They'll preserve. They'll cryopreserve themselves on Mars.
I'm sure they'll wish there was a bunch of human beings with some empathy to help them, but there won't be any.
And I don't think AI is going to ever have consciousness. If it doesn't have anything, if there's something, it might be smarter, might be able to take a lot of data and pull things together and make it make sense, but it will never have a consciousness like we know a consciousness to be. So they could take that too and have relations with that. They can have relations with that. Sounds like fun.
I think the tower moment is happening. I think this whole let's ask this question: is he going to escape the Epstein files? Is he going to survive?
Oh, okay.
That's a good question, right? Is he going to survive this? I'd be surprised if he just survives the month, honestly. But then I've been saying that for a long time, so you can't go by that.
Well, that's formaldehyde. So what is the question? Is he going to survive this story that's going on right now?
Is he gonna survive the Epstein files, or is this the thing that takes him down? It would have to be something like this, right? Because it has to be his rise was meteorical, and his fall needs to be as meteorical, right?
Okay, so is this going to take him down?
Is this the thing that takes down? I often wonder who he shot on Fifth Avenue, because he said it. I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and I wouldn't be held accountable. Which makes me think that he actually did it. Right? I don't know.
Possibly.
I only picked one card.
What'd you get? This is the first one that flew out. Yeah. What is it?
The tower.
Yep.
The Wheel of Fortune. Oh shit. Yeah, he's out, man.
Yeah.
The Ace of Pentacles.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
This is going to be the story, and it keeps coming. The first one I get was Seven of Earth. So really, I'm waiting for that like ripe moment. I think it's scheduled to, happen now. Like he's just too out of control. Before we have to pull the sanity plug, something has to occur.
I think he's going to be safe from. maybe prosecution because he's going to be in a hospital of some sort of mental hospital.
Oh, interesting. Did you get the 8 of Swords? I got 8 of Swords. I
got the 4 of Swords.
Okay. So something where it's going to be related to cognitive issues?
No, I think that in the past, I get the 6 of Pentacles, and in this deck, the person giving out the money is a young child. You see that?
Yeah.
So I think that he's going to be, for entertainment purposes only, connected, follow the money.
Yeah.
Follow the money kind of stuff. But he's going to be either away, or he's going to be nuts, or he's going to be in the great McDonald in the sky. He's not going to like necessarily stand trial for any of it, but it is going to come out. And I think that's what the whole point is
I think this is, I think this is what is going to be the thing that, that finally puts him over the edge. The pin in the grenade, if you will.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'm good with that.
That's a good way to end. So, yes, there's going to be another shutdown. I don't think it's going to be as long. They are going to come to some sort of agreement, but it's not going to be close enough to what we need. What was the other things? He's definitely going down for the Epstein thing.
That's right.
Whatever else we said.
It's going to be an okay week, you guys. It's very charged. Keep yourself grounded. There's remember the spell, the snake spell for the week, the Mystic Sisters card.
Yeah, don't get too obsessed about anything. Like, as much as we want to see this guy, go by way of the dodo bird, spend your week doing what you need to do in your life, because it's gonna happen. We don't know how long it's gonna take. It could take a week. It could take a year. He's on his way out.
Sure.
And we have to have a plan. We have to have a plan for our future. So it behooves us to just plan for that future.
Yeah.
Make the connections that you need to make. Connect with the people you need to connect. Find your tribe. Work together. Miracles can happen. Miracles are happening. And more people are awake and aware, and know that, in a way, if we don't do it ourselves, it's not going to get done. So that's what
we got this. We got this.
Got it. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. Hopefully this gave you some level of happiness.
Hopefully, yes. You got to chuckle out of it, because,
like Angie used to say, Angelina Buccafusto, my mother, would say, if you ain't laughing, you're crying. So you might as well be laughing.
You got to be laughing, because honestly. All right. Love you guys.
Take care, everyone. We can't wait to see what Jibs picks tomorrow morning.
You sleeping right now?